Okay, Jai Ho children. So in the previous classes, we have learnt about processor, difference between RAM and ROM, as well as latest communication equipments. We have seen about SMS mobile roamings and wireless in local low. And I said you to buy at this, right? TDMA, FDMA, CDMA, what are those? Just we have seen. So now we are learning about call centers. So what is the function of call center? Whenever you buy new SIM card, whenever you buy some machine, there will be a helpline number on that. When you call, they say if you have the telephone or mobile phone of Lenovo company, on that there will be a helpline number. When you call them, they receive and they say like, hello, yes, calling to Lenovo, welcome, how may I help you? This is the way they talk. They will be having some fixed protocol and they talk through some important words and instructions, right? So that is the work of call center. So in call center, we can say like a call center functions as a central node which handles a large number or large amount of telephone calls to manage customer requests. Telephone calls are managed by agents who use a computer, a headset for customer requests. Inbound call centers handle calls relating to customer inquiries and issues. So just underline that. Inbound call center handles calls relating to customer inquiries and issues. So what is inbound? Inbound is when we call to company and ask why it is not working or when it will be start to work. Like if we have buy new SIM card, after buying a SIM card it will be not activated for 2-3 days. After that it gets activated, right? If it don't get activated even in 2-3 days, then using some other SIM cards we will call to customer care number. Yes, exactly, that customer care number we will call and we will ask like, we have taken this new SIM card but it is not get activated yet. When will it get activated? Is this the way how we will ask? So that is inbound, means from customer side we are calling them and we are asking the inquiry. Like this is the problem we are facing, how it will be get resolved. So that is inbound. Okay, so they also run help desk that are staffed by skilled technical personnel who answer queries from customers about using software or equipment. Inbound call centers also handle customer complaints and practice methodologies for customer satisfaction. So when they answer and they tell like ish dinrolage help agutri ma'am, otherwise ishtu kala beku ee salvagi, or they will tell the reason why your SIM is not yet activated, and you will be like okay, this is the problem, okay, then fine, please get it started sooner, you will tell and you will keep the phone. So that is inbound. We are facing some issues and we are worried about something, we'll clarify by talking with the customer care. That is inbound. And in the similar way, we are having outbound also. So outbound call centers have agents making call for the purpose of telemarketing of products, solicitations of donations, debt collection and market research. Means outbound call is from company you will be getting calls. Recharge mugita bandide, recharge madsi. You get the call. Now Canara Bank ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂದ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೋನ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬೇಕಾ, ಲೋನ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ I can help you, I can assist you. You get the call in such way? Exactly. So that is outbound calling. Inbound is when you call to the you call to the office and inquire about your queries. Same way, outbound is when from their company side you get the call for their marketing or asking some help, like you want any debt is like you want any loan or you want to purchase anything, your mobile bill is getting over, please pay the bill and start using the things. This is all about outbound. Okay, so call centers can also be blended, having both inbound and outbound functions depending on the business of the organization. An organization may have an in-house department handling its call center operations or may outsource them to a third party. So this is called as outsourced call center. The call center which acts as both inbuilt as well as outbuilt, means outbound calling and inbound calling. Both may be merged into one single functioning of the system. That is called as outsourced call center. So company which works on both inbound calls and outbound calls, it is called outsourced call center. I hope the things are getting clear. You know what is inbound, and you know what is outbound. Similarly, outsourced call center means which have both inbound as well as outbound. Business ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಈಗ ಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 5-star hotel we are having. I own a 5-star hotel. Okay, so I need customers, I need to market. And if we have online service, you know about Swiggy, Zomato and all. So customers will be also calling to Swiggy and asking, "Elladiri, yavag bartiri? We want our delivery of the food. At what time you can give?" And if some orders have been received to ourselves, hotel and hotel ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಐಟಮ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆದು ಏನಾದರೂ ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲಿ ಆಫರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಾ ನೀವು, ಈ ಥರ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಬೌಂಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಜೊತೆನೂ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗೂ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ದ ವೇ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಔಟ್ಸೋರ್ಸ್. I hope you are understanding. Okay, so both the ways if we are communicating, then it is outsourced call center. So next, teleconferencing. You all know about that. This is very easy concept. So what is teleconferencing? Teleconferencing is a general term that is used to describe a method used to arrange a meeting of a people located at distant physical locations using electronic means. Best example is teachment application. Through teachment, you used to learn the lessons before coming to school, right? Have you used to learn? Madam used to send one link, you used to join to that link, and online meeting was used to conduct and she used to teach. That is teleconferencing. So various technologies can be employed for the teleconferencing like computer, satellite and telephone system, etc. Many teleconferencing methods enable two-way communication and users can send or receive messages at a convenient time without being present in the conversation. So we can see and we can read, right? You are understanding the concept of teleconferencing? It is not sitting in, now how you are coming to school, you are sitting at one place and your teacher will be coming and she will be teaching or he will be teaching. But before this, you used to be in your particular home or you used to go to your teacher's home? No, right? So teacher used to be in their own home, you used to be in your own home, but using a single link, you used to get connected and you used to have a conference. So that is nothing but teleconferencing, telephone conferencing. Peoples are aparted, but through a device they are all configured with one another. That is teleconferencing. Okay, so different types of teleconferencing are audio teleconferencing, computer teleconferencing, video teleconferencing. So you used to do video teleconferencing, that is teachment, right? You used to see your teacher, and if you are on the audio and video, you can even talk to your teacher, right? So it was video teleconferencing. Audio teleconferencing in the sense, in mobile, while speaking to 3-4 people, you used to put conference call. Tadi conference ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನು ಕೇಳೋನು. You know about it, right? So that is audio teleconferencing. Conference call, you use the term, right? For conferring with others and you used to interact with them. 4-5 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಆಡಿಯೋ ಟೆಲಿಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್. ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಟೆಲಿಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ different locations, different people will be having different computers, but same sharing of the screen. Screen sharing option will be there. So when we'll use that application particularly, it is computer teleconferencing. Okay. So next it is explained about video teleconferencing. So this method uses a camera and microphone to capture video and audio to show the participants. A simple setup would provide still images and text between two locations. A complex setup would provide a full video and high quality audio between multiple locations. So as you have used Teachmeet, so you know about it, how video conferencing work. You can showcase your homework also, like by on the camera, or if you have done some work in your mobile phone, you will share the screen and you will show like this all is done from you guys. So that only here it is explained. So advantages of video conferencing include low travel cost. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಕಲಿಬಹುದು, ಹೋಗೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬಸ್ಸಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಬಸ್ ಖರ್ಚು ಉಳಿತು, ಗಾಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಂದ್ರೆ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಖರ್ಚು ಉಳಿತು, ಹೌದಾ? So that is low travel cost. So next, development of familiarity between participants. So familiarity in the sense when many people mingle in one group and they talk to one another, they will be having some kind of interactions and they can develop some interaction skills among themselves, and how to use that particular application, that also they can learn. And sharing of file and data, in the sense when they share their files and data, usage of that particular application can be learned easily, isn't it? So next it is cable television. What is television? TV. Full form of TV is television. In broadcast television, a television signals are transmitted through the air and is received by an antenna at the subscriber's house to display it on the television. Sun Direct, Airtel, many antennas are provided, right? Butti, Manimel Butti, TV Butti. Yes, exactly. So that is fixed on the subscriber's house to display it on the television. So that butti, it is called as cable, broadcasting cable. So that through this the signals are captured and displayed on the TV screen. A cable television system uses a cable called as coaxial cable to distribute television signals to subscribers. Underline this. A cable television system uses a cable called as coaxial cable to distribute television signals to subscribers. So one is multiple television channels are transmitted through one cable using a technology called frequency division multiplexing, that is FDM. FDM here I have said, right? Where is it? Frequency division multiple access, FDMA. In WLL it is there. So WLL is in India, it is practiced through CDMA. And coaxial cable television, it is practiced to FDM. Okay. A set-top box at the subscribers end manages the separation of the channels and they are displayed on the television. Set-off box, you know it, right? We'll be having it on television, will be connected that on the home top there will be a broadcast substance through which the signals are connected and they are given to this set-off box, and set-off box is connected to TV, right? Go home, if you have that Airtel or Sun Direct, D2H, many companies broadcast medias are available, which you are having, just go and check. Other than this, one more is like local cable connector will be there, who will be distributing the network, TV network to a whole and sole city. You can even have that also, that is also a possibility, but nowadays this butti system is more utilized. That is, broadcast television system is more in practice. You know about it, right? Manimel TV butti antarala in our common language. So that is broadcast television. Okay. So set-off box is connected at the subscriber, means who is purchased that, no, on their home top building it will be there. Okay, so coaxial cable can also be used to provide fast internet service. So coaxial cable can also be used to provide fast internet services. Other than mobile connection, television connection, even for internet connection, that is broadband and all, we will be using BSNL broadband, which is very popular in our India. So for connecting that, we use this coaxial cables. Okay. So coaxial cables are even utilized for cable television as well as internet services for providing the mobile or even for computer devices also. So the television signals are usually received from a satellite using a dish antenna at the cable operator's end. The cable operator may also include other local channels in the cable feeds, like educational channels or channels from local television stations. Means education channel. In some channels they will be providing some 10th or SSLC background question answer discussion and all, that is helpful for students. So in this way, even television is also helpful for the students. So the exercise questions I will be sending you through the PDF. Please go through it and fill the same in your textbook. You all have this textbook, right? So fill it up. Thank you.